Here I've made a pair of shorts and I want to bind them to the armature. So I'm using the Legacy Mesh Body Legacy Dev Kit. Doesn't matter what kit you're using. This one happens to be in A pose, some are in T pose, but whichever, the first thing you need to do is update the armature in Toolbox. So you go open Toolbox and go Update Rig, and that will make, when you look in Rig Inspector, you'll see that the rig now matches the Avastar version that you're using. Alright, I've also deleted all the meshes over here on the outliner that I'm not using, and that make it much easier to copy the weights from the body, because there'll be only one body to choose from. So alright, so let's bind it to the armature now. To do that, we need to go to Weight Mapper, click Clear Notice if you see that. That's left over from any binding that's been done before. Change whatever's here to Copy from Meshes. Change List to Table. Now we're going to copy from the Legacy Barefoot, and we're going to copy to the shorts. Now we don't want this one cover, so I'm going to shift click it and it will go down. So it's gone down here. So shorts, click that, and that will go up to the copy to. So I think we're ready now. So now you might see these ticked. But what you've got to take notice of is if there's any red message here and it says scaled items, so that means the scale's not been applied. So object mode selected. Right, so that's now applied, as you can see. Now I can go copy and bind to Mesh Body Legacy Female Armature. And now we can test. Now we need to test with the green bones, but what you'll find by default with this kit is that rest position is enabled, and you'll get a message saying so. So we need to change that to pose position, which I've done. And then now we can test by rotating these green bones. They are bones, even though a funny shape. So I'm going to start with X mirror on. Actually, I'm going to examine the groin area, crotch area, in edit mode. We can see it zigzagged a bit, so we're going to smooth that. I'll turn off the armature for a minute so that I can see more clearly. And I'm going to toggle on X-ray up here, and I'll hold down Control and draw a shape with the right mouse button. Turn off X-ray, so that's gone right through to the back as we want. Now it's Mesh Weights Smooth. Now nothing happens until you change that active group to Deform Pose Bones. And suddenly it fixes. But if it's not as fixed as you would hope for, if it's a higher poly mesh, for instance, then you would need to increase the iterations, and you can go up to about 7, but afterwards you need to select all, mesh weights, limit total, change all groups to deform pose bones, and then mesh weights, normalize all, and untick look active. And that ensures that there are only 4 bone weights per vertex as needed by Second Life. And you can see that if you click the item tab up here and select just one vertex. These are the 4, and they all add up to 1.0. So that's what the normalize does. Okay, so we'll carry on testing the rigging. Right, so back to pose mode. Alt-R to undo any rotation. Let's try sitting. Then we can see there's some poke there. So I need to adjust that. I'll do that in sculpt mode, it's quicker. Inflate. Got a bit far there. All right. Now rotate one leg at a time, and that's quite important to do that because it can push in the mesh on the other side. But this is good. This is worked out quite nicely. If you press R twice, then you can rotate it in many directions. I think that's okay. I think that's done. I'll just add a bit of solidify on the edges. Press Ctrl F, solidify faces. Now I need to turn on X-ray and then delete these bridging faces. Actually, that's a bit thick, so I'm going to change the thickness to 0.001. Right, so now I can zoom right in, put my mouse on the short edge and Alt left click and then X delete faces, and same on the other side. Turn off X-ray. Now we've got this shading at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is go to modifiers, add modifier, search weighted normal. You type it in if you don't see it in the list. Click it, and that's ready. So she can sit down, no one can see up her shorts now. And you haven't wasted any game resources by making a back for the rest of the shorts that won't be seen. Right, so hope that's helpful, and I'll do something on animation next.